The crypto market is pretty green today, as Trump's tariff-related announcements give the market an upward push. But will this pump continue over the next couple days? And what does the April 2nd Liberation Day mean for the crypto market? Will it finally be the altcoin rally catalyst that we've been waiting for? This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright guys, so it looks like that Sunday pump wasn't retraced at New York Open yesterday, which is actually good news. We are heading a bit higher right now. We went all the way up to around almost $89,000 yesterday. We came back down to around 86. But we are hovering around 87 right now, and it actually looks like it wants to go higher, and this could very well be because of the Trump tariff news. So first off today, we have how Trump's Liberation Day tariff retreat might impact the crypto market. So President Trump plans to announce a new round of reciprocal tariffs on April 2nd. This will be aimed at reducing the $1.2 trillion trade deficit for the US, and he calls it Liberation Day for the US economy. As Trump's earlier tariffs significantly impacted the crypto market and triggered liquidations, his April 2nd decision might also have notable implications for the market. Trump may delay some of the most aggressive sector-specific tariffs, and this may include industries like those in autos, semiconductors, and pharmaceuticals. Instead of blanket sector tariffs, the US might focus only on countries with the largest trade surpluses and the highest barriers to US goods. These are informally referred to as the Dirty 15, a group of 10 to 15 countries. However, the decision is not final. Trump could still change course, as he's done in past announcements. He previously said, I may give a lot of countries breaks, but it's reciprocal. But we may be even nicer than that. You know, we've been very nice to a lot of countries for a long time, but I call it Liberation Day. April 2nd is Liberation Day. So the possible scenarios for the crypto market under Trump's tariff plans could be as follows. So if the tariffs are aggressive, where they're broad and there's high duties, the risk sentiment drops. Equity and bond markets would likely react negatively to aggressive tariffs, especially on autos, chips, or pharma. That tends to spill over into crypto, which investors still treat as a risk-on asset class. Bitcoin and Ethereum could dip as traders hedge against slower global growth and increased inflation risks. Capital flight into USD or cash could trigger short-term outflows from speculative assets like altcoins. For instance, when Trump reaffirmed steep tariffs in February, Bitcoin dropped below $90,000 amid broader market jitters, and the same pattern could repeat. Now, counter to that, if the tariffs are narrowed with delays or selective targeting, the market rally could have a relief. If Trump's administration confirms they'll delay auto, chip, pharma tariffs and only target a few countries with high trade barriers, investors' anxiety may ease. That could fuel short-term recovery in crypto prices, particularly if equity markets also rebound. Increased clarity reduces volatility, which markets, including crypto, tend to reward. For instance, when Trump hinted at flexibility earlier this month, Bitcoin rebounded to $88,000. Narrow tariffs could spark similar uptick. So those are two examples of what could happen next week when these tariffs do go into effect. We also have Alex Kruger saying, market view updates. The market crawls higher if headlines remain neutral to benign this week, then freeze as we wait for April 2nd, which is reciprocal tariff day announcement, or as Trump calls it, Liberation Day. April 2nd is similar to election night. It's the biggest event of the year by an order of magnitude, 10 times more important than any FOMC, which is a lot, and anything can happen. Trump could go soft, in which case markets would rally fast and furiously, or could go halfway, adding uncertainty on timelines, in which case markets would take out all the stops of longs and shorts, or go all out, in which case markets could easily crash another 10 to 15% fast. So unfortunately, we do have to wait about a week to see what happens. I do expect Bitcoin to kind of slowly drift upwards in anticipation of maybe a bit of easing, as Trump has hinted at. He has hinted that maybe it's not going to be as hard as he thought. So we're going to have to see what happens, but I do think we kind of ease up towards this level, at least to around $92,000. And then really depending on what happens, we probably, consolidate as we're waiting for April 2nd, like Alex was saying. And then we, depending on what happens, we either dump from here another 10, 15%, or we blast off as, the market finally has some kind of catalyst where, tariffs aren't as bad. And then we actually have something, to look forward to. So that is, those are the two cases, essentially. I do expect us to kind of, grind up and then maybe halt around $91,000, somewhere around there. Then moving on, we have Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. The dismissal of the SEC case allows us to unlock the U.S. market expansion. So he recently went on Fox saying this.
Thank you. Congrats to, I think, the whole industry in a bunch of ways. As you know well, Ripple is really amongst the very first crypto companies to get sued by the SEC. We said then when it started that the SEC was going to be on the wrong side of the law as well as on the wrong side of history. It took longer than we would have liked to kind of prove that out, and more than $150 million of legal bills, but we're thrilled with the ultimate outcome. It allows us to really unlock the U.S. market which has really been very hostile with a lot of headwinds in the U.S. market for the whole crypto industry.
So when you're looking at the growth story then of Ripple, does it still come from overseas, or are you expecting a change in terms of domestic interest in Ripple?
Well, we're definitely already seeing a change in the domestic interest. These 6 weeks after President Trump was elected, we signed more deals in the United States than we had in the previous 6 months. So these are very innovative technologies. I think they're going to play out over 10, even 20 years in terms of how they integrate and rewire the financial infrastructure of the United States. That's across payments. That's across even the settlement of maybe real estate transactions, securities transactions. So I think we're going to see this play out over a long arc. But then the United States is finally unlocked, and I think people are underestimating how big that change is, and you'll see that continue to play out this year.
And then he also said, as I said today on Mornings with Maria, I strongly believe we are underestimating what it means to unlock the U.S. market through the upcoming crypto legislation, as well as previous guidance, statements rescinding from the SEC and OCC, allowing financial institutions to work with crypto. With 4+ years of headwinds behind us, the U.S. is ready to reclaim its leadership position. So this is very bullish for the whole crypto sector, as well as XRP. Then we also have one thing which I did not expect, and that is actually, Crypto.com to partner with Donald Trump and Truth Social and Trump's media company. So we actually have Chris from Crypto.com saying, proud to partner with real Donald Trump's Truth Social on a series of ETFs, including the world's first ETF with CRO, which is Crypto.com's coin. So Eleanor said, real Donald Trump's media company, Trump Media, a parent company of Truth Social, has announced a partnership with Crypto.com to launch a series of ETFs and ETPs comprised of digital assets as well as securities with Made in America focus, spanning diverse industries such as energy, according to a company's press release. The products, which will include Bitcoin, Crow, and other crypto assets, are set to launch later this year, pending regulatory approval. So not only is Trump getting into crypto, but his parent company is launching ETFs in partnership with Crypto.com, which is, who would ever thought a president is launching ETFs with a media company of his? So absolutely insane. Crypto.com rallied hard on this news. Let's see, it's up a lot today. It went straight into resistance, so it is coming down a little bit, but it pumped massively off of this news. It looks like it was like at the peak, it was around almost 50% pump. We have come into this level of resistance right here. So if we do want to continue this rally, I do want to see a break above this level around, 11.5 cents. I want to see us come above here, reclaim this. But then we have another immediate level of resistance again, right there at 12.5 cents. So there's a lot of resistance around here. But if we can break above this, then we're good to head up to this next level. And then that's the next level of resistance. But likewise, if we do just, kind of resist from here at this around 11 cent mark, I do expect us to maybe come back down to somewhere around here, make another higher low, and then continue higher through this level of resistance, something like that. So I could see something like that happening. It also depends on what happens with the Trump tariff news in the next week or so. So we'll have to watch for that on CRO. Then moving on, we have Chainlink. So Chainlink has surpassed $20 trillion in transaction value enabled, or TVE, as a standard for on-chain finance. We're enabling the next evolution of global markets. Chainlink also said, we're excited to announce that AD Global Market, Abu Dhabi's premier international financial center, and Chainlink have forged an alliance. The alliance will maximize the utility of tokenized assets in the UAE while ensuring regulatory compliance. So this is massive for Chainlink and also RWA. And Chainlink is actually looking pretty decent. I thought we would consolidate around here, around these lows a little bit longer, but with this good news and kind of, the tariff easing news, Chainlink is actually looking really good. We are breaking above this low here, so that is a start. If we can, hold above this level around 1450, that's a start. But I do really want to see us break through this next level. This is the major level of support and resistance between 17.5 and around $19.5. If we could somehow break through here, this is a level where I'm really seriously interested in Chainlink for the future, because this is a pretty big level of resistance that we're coming up into. So I don't want to do too much trading or too much buying for Chainlink around this level. Likewise, if we did come back down here, this is another area where I would want to be picking it up again if we did consolidate. Maybe we have a little bit of bad news, or we go into the Trump tariff news and there's a little bit of fears. If we do come back down here to around this $13 level, that is a place I'd be looking to pick up Chainlink as well. But likewise, if we somehow smash through this level, this is a key level that I do want to see reclaimed around $19.5. So that is Chainlink. Then we have Polymarket. And Polymarket is now allowing Solana. So starting today, you can now make deposits in your Polymarket wallet using Solana, which is really big because I'm surprised they haven't done it forever. You've had to use Polygon. and, obviously Polymarket, Polygon. But I'm surprised they haven't had Solana for the longest time because of how big Solana was, and also just other chains in general. So huge that they're adding Solana. And also Ally Charts said long-term Solana holders are showing signs of fear. Historically, there's a moment smart money steps in, be greedy when others are fearful. So we shared this the other day, and Solana was actually a little bit lower, but now it's actually looking really, really good. So we talked about this probably around here yesterday. We were about to break out. So Solana is pretty much one of the ones that really takes off without you. And we do have this level here. We are coming up into resistance around $147. But if we break through this $146, $47 area, it is going to fly all the way up to $169 pretty fast because this is just air. There's nothing here. There's not a lot of resistance. So I do expect us, once we break above this level here, we are going to fly towards 170, which will be the next major level of resistance. So I do expect us, if we do get through this level soon, I expect us to go up towards 170 pretty quickly. So Solana is looking very good. So if we get any kind of pullback down to around this level here, around 134, I'd probably be looking to pick up Solana, or at least long it back into this level, because I do think we'll fly towards $170 pretty quickly. Then lastly, we have Rendoshi saying the top 2 Korean exchanges have accumulated over 5% of ONDO. So we have Upbit, and we also have BitThumb, which have accumulated a lot of ONDO, mostly Upbit, which has 4.2%, and BitThumb has 1.41%. So these Korean exchanges are accumulating a lot of ONDO. We still don't have a Binance listing for ONDO. So everyone's wondering, what do these exchanges know? Maybe there's an ETF coming. Maybe there's other big things coming for ONDO. We also have Kyron saying, hard to imagine how all this happened in just 1 month of ONDO building. Patrick McHenry joins as vice chair. ONDO on MasterCard's MTN, partner with Trump's World Liberty, OUSG on EU-compliant Assetera, USDY available on XLM. Once again, it's just proof that price doesn't dictate progress in the market. And of course, we can't forget OUSG hitting $1 billion in TVL. All this progress over the past month and more is bound to be realized by the market soon enough. There's really not many RWA projects bringing this level of connections to TradFi giants. So that's actually a really important point. He says, once again, it's just proof that price doesn't dictate progress in this market. But really, it's progress doesn't dictate price in this market. So if we go to ONDO, we're at around 94 cents. So we are recovering. I thought we actually would come down here, but we're actually holding up better than I thought. So ONDO has had all these great catalysts, yet the price has, drifted lower. So a lot of times you'll see these things come out, which seem super bullish, but you really have to look at the chart because, the chart doesn't lie, but a lot of times, progress does. So let's say, for example, when Trump partnered with World Liberty Finance, that is massive news, and you'd think maybe that would pump the price like crazy. When that happened, the price still sold off because of the whole macro environment. So just because really good news is coming out doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to go up. It can go up temporarily, when the announcement comes out. But a lot of times, if the market is still overall bearish at the time, the price is going to go down. So that's something you have to really pay attention to, and kind of why I started doing TA in these videos as well. Because, while we have all this great news coming out, it doesn't matter if, tariffs are causing fear in the market and everyone's selling off everything. This little bit of good news doesn't outweigh the amount of bad news in the overall world. So that's kind of why TA is a little bit more important, and kind of why I started doing it. Because even though we have these good, catalysts, price still can go down, and we're, wondering why is this happening. So right now, ONDO is actually looking pretty good. I do want to see it reclaim this level to make a higher low, around 96-ish cents. If we can reclaim that, that'll be a start. But more importantly, the level I really want to see it reclaim is somewhere around here, this level around $1.20. If we can reclaim that level, I'll be a lot more bullish on ONDO. So basically, if we reclaim this level, I would probably trade it something like this, where I would just trade it to the next level, because I'm still not fully convinced that this isn't just another, lower high and we're just going to continue back down. So I would probably trade it something like this. If we did reclaim this level, I would trade it just to around $1.19 and then see what happens from there. But likewise, if we then actually reclaim this level, I'd get back in, and I'd probably hold this towards new highs, because at that point we would be very bullish, and I'm sure there would be better catalysts and better news environment if we did get back up to $1.20. So if we did get to this level, then I'd probably be looking to trade it back to new all-time highs, something like that. And I don't know what the stop loss will be; it would depend. But basically, that's how I'm looking at it right now. Because if we did come and reclaim this level here, we could still very well come up here, reject, and still make a lower high, because it'd still be lower than this. So we could still make a lower high and head lower. So those are kind of the levels I'm looking for right now. I want to see us first reclaim this level, and then I would trade up to this level. But then if we broke above this level here, that's a much more important level at $1.20, and I'm looking to trade that back up to new all-time highs when that does happen. So that's my plan for ONDO and kind of what I'm thinking in terms of the general market right now. I do think, we'll probably slowly grind up towards $92,000 over the course of this week. And then we'll kind of, in the end of the week, maybe have a bit of a sell-off, or we'll just kind of like go flat through the weekend as we wait to see what happens with Trump's tariffs. Or if he tweets other things up until then, he might say things that make it seem, a little bit more dovish and like we're going to go higher. Or if he tweets things like everyone's getting a tariff, then we go a lot lower. So really depends on what happens later this week as we get closer to the tariff day or the liberation day. But that's it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.